Hello, good evening. Welcome to Maths with Ish. Yesterday we looked at the compass bearing and the three-figure bearing. So we are going to start from where we stopped yesterday. Now let's just recall what we did. I said that the compass bearing is that bearing that makes use of the cardinal points in its representation. Example, you may see something like north 30 degree east or south 15 degrees west. Bearings represented in these forms are called what? The compass bearing. While bearings written in three figures in degrees, like this, 2, 1. These are the three figure bearings. Now, I said that these three figure bearings, that they always start from the north and move in a clockwise direction. Okay, so the starting point for every three-digit bearing is from the north and moving in a clockwise direction, while for the compass bearing, the movement can either be clockwise or anti-clockwise depending on where it's starting from. If it's starting from the north, in this case, you move towards the east. If it's starting from the south, in this case, south, you move towards the west for this. So these are the major differences between the compass bearing and the three-figure bearing. Okay, so today what we are just going to do is to see how we can convert from compass bearing to three-digit bearing or from three-digit bearing to compass bearing. These are the basics that will help us to master how to solve problems on bearing. So let's look at this. If you are given a bearing, if you are given, let's say you are given 305, and you're asked to convert this to a compass bearing, the first thing you must do is to put this in a diagram, and we know that this is a three-figure bearing, so we want to convert this to compass bearing. How do we do that? We put it in a diagram. These are north, these are south. Compass bearing and three-figure bearing will always start from the north and move in a clockwise direction. So 90, 180, 270. So 305 should be somewhere here. Now, to get the compass bearing, all you have to do at this time is to look for that acute angle. Remember, we said that the angles in a compass bearing are always acute, which means that they are always less than 90. And it starts with either north or south. So all you have to do, first of all, is to look at that angle that starts from either the north or the south that is acute and that moves towards this line you've drawn. And if you look at this diagram, the angle that is acute that starts from the north is this, and it moves towards this line here, and that is this angle here, theta. So our value for theta here is going to be 360 minus 305, and that is what? 55 degrees. Now, but if you leave your answer this way, this is still not a compass bearing because you've not put the shapes, the cardinals. So if you look at this starts from the north and moves towards the west. Remember, these are west. Your left hand side is the west, right hand side is the right. So which means that 305 degrees is the same thing as not 55 degrees west. Okay, so we have established that. Let's just take one more before we go. Now let's assume you are given 150 degrees and you are asked to convert this to a compass bearing. Diagram will always help you. Okay, I prefer using a diagram. So we have the north, the south, the east, and the west. So let's get our 150. Let's go. We move from the north because three-figure bearing will start from the north and move in a clockwise direction. So let's move 90, 150 should be somewhere here. We stop here. If you get here, this is 180. So we stop somewhere, which is 150. Now let's look out for the acute angle that starts from either the north or the south that touches this line. If you look at this, can we get the acute angle? Yes. And the acute angle is this. It starts from the south and it's touching this line. And how do we get this angle? Okay, that is going to be 180 minus 150. Recall from here to here is 180. So this is going to be 180 minus 150, and that is what? That is 30 degrees. Now again, okay, I think I should write it here. That is 30 degrees. Now again, you don't leave your answer like this because compass bearing makes use of the cardinal points. So this means we start from the south, so we are going to have south and we are moving towards the west, and that is south 30 degrees. Sorry, we are moving towards the east. That is south 30 degrees what? East. So which means that 150 degrees in three-figure bearing is the same thing as south 30 degrees east. So this is how to convert from three-figure bearing to compass bearing. In my next video, I'm going to show you how to convert from compass bearing to three-figure bearing. Have a nice day. Bye. Please remember to like, to share, and to subscribe. Okay? Bye.